Okay, yep, yeah. I don't know what that was on the floor. I don't know. It's sticky. Don't step in it. I don't know. You'd think they'd clean these buses out now and then. I don't know. I'll talk to you later. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Rad Raz here. It's time for another after-school adventure, and today we're going to be celebrating another classic cartoon show from the 80s, the 90s, the golden era of after-school, that magical time of the day when school let out, we all bolted out of the bus, pulled out our key that was sitting around our neck all day, unlocked the door, got in the house. Mom and Dad aren't home yet, and we can do whatever we want. Isn't that exciting? So that's what's going to happen in the next half hour. We're going to be playing video games. We're going to be watching cartoons. We're going to be doing a little show and tell, and we even have a snack from one of you out there. This week's snack, very delicious snack, very excited about it, is from Aiden. And I have to start asking people where they're from. You know, wouldn't that be neat to know where people are? What do we got in here? Aiden suggested, there's nothing better after school than to sit back, enjoy a classic cartoon, and have yourself an ice cream sandwich. Oh, remember ice cream sandwiches? All this stuff is still around, but it's kind of like Neverland. When you grow up, you start to forget about these things. You know what I mean? And then you happen to get one in a vending machine just out of desperation, and it's like, reliving your childhood. So yeah, we're gonna be chewing on one of these. Thanks a lot, Hayden, for the after school or for the ice cream. Today we're gonna be celebrating. I forgot to grab a DVD of it. You'll have to excuse me, but no one is gonna know. No one is amiss when I bring up this cartoon. Today we're gonna be celebrating Transformers. Yeah, those crazy robots that are more than meets the eye. If you don't know what Transformers are, I guess a million years back, there was this planet of robots. There was this big civil war. They all left their planet, I think because they had destroyed it, or were close to destroying it from war. They were migrating, ended up crash landing on Earth, and getting frozen for a million years. They eventually are de-thawed somehow, and now the two factions, the Autobots and the Decepticons, aka the good guys and the bad guys, begin to fight all over our green planet Earth. So that's what the show is all about. The show itself, I didn't watch it as a kid, so watching it now, I don't know if maybe we watched our share of cartoons here. I have to say that this show is probably Transformers is probably the show that has aged the worst. It very much is like a big robot as we watch this show. It's slow, it's kind of plodding, and it's stiff. The animation seems kind of stiff to me. So I think that this was probably a cartoon that the reason it's still around today is probably more because of the toys than the show itself. But, there's a lot of people out there who love this series, the G1, aka Generation 1 Transformers. There are a lot of people who hold a special place in their heart. I don't know much about the lore. I do have a friend who can go on and on about these guys. And, I try my best to just nod my head and let him relive, because I know how important that can be. To have someone to talk to about things that no one else will listen to. So anyway, let's get started. It's Transformers. Does this video need any setup? Not really. The title of it is SOS Dinobots. I think it's got a pretty good collection of each and everybody who was important to the show, including Starscream. I encourage you to keep an eye out for Starscream. He is this character who is notorious for at any moment trying to grab leadership and become the head of the villains. and it's almost comical how easily he will turn. So keep an eye out for Starscream. This is entitled SOS Dinobots from the 3rd season. Maybe that's not true. I don't know what season. SOS Dinobots. Let's get started. Got some good guys in the water here. Those are the Autobots. They're the good guys. Remember that.
Bumblebee! Optimus ordered you to stay at headquarters. I don't like to disobey, but I...
Go. Sorry about that.
Something. I hope Optimus won't be mad. He won't be anything unless we can get some help fast.
What now, Megatron? Surely a little bath hasn't ended our Autobot problem.
That's Starscream.
We shall retrieve their short-circuited carcasses and prepare them for permanent dysfunction.
Keep that transition coming.
Bumblebee, I can't interface with Optimus Prime. He may already have been terminated. Or maybe he just can't respond. We've got to try to save him and our friends. But we don't have enough Autobots to fight all those Deceptorats.
But we do have something else. I've been working on a little research project. I designed these new memory components to upgrade the Dinobots' brains. They'll make them smarter and easier to control, I hope.
But Optimus Prime decreed that the Dinobots must never be activated again.
Right.
Any better ideas? We have to do this quickly before the Decepticons get wind of it.
Okay, guys. Cross your transistors or something.
Dinobots, awaken! Go! Save Autobot friends! Save our leader, Optimus Prime! Do you understand?
I'm just a dinosaur. I'm not retarded.
Save friends.
Save leader!
Maybe we should.
We do as told for now.
I bet they have great singing voices.
Don't stress your circuitry. You'll never break those energon chains in your weakened condition.
Now remember, every Transformer can transform into one normal thing, like a car or a truck. Only one. Just so you know.
Prepare for a terminal meltdown. Decepticons, ready? And
Terminal meltdown.
what are those?
Each one's friends.
Kill all.
Ones with face like this. I think good enough for Slag.
Oh man, Brontosaurus bot.
I'm supposed to know everything. What are those?
Scrap metal. Once we finish with them. Speaking of scrap, Megatron, try this on for size.
Boom.
Other cells. My equilibrium destabilized.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Megatron has fallen. I, Starscream, am now your leader.
Yes!
Decepticons, follow me.
Follow him! And they have no problem with this.
I don't know what you are, but I hope this burns you up.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh man, I forgot I have a Dinobot. Oh, I should grab it.
Decepticon if you happen to tumble. Look out, robot, cause here comes
Rumble! He's got his own poem. I guess we're gonna have that silly of a costume. We need at least in a poem. He wants two big pistons coming out of his sides.
missiles, seek heat.
Oh. Heat-seeking missiles seek heat. Perfect throw.
We must keep fighting at all costs. I will lead us to victory. What's this? My friend's weapons.
Uh-oh, it's on.
Let's see. Sideswipe's flare gun should dry off your circuits, and Blue Street's bolts will give you all an instant recharge. Enough! We must retreat! Retreat!
They already retreated. You're the only one left. There they go. See you in St. Louis.
Okay, Optimus Prime, we admit we disobeyed your orders.
And whatever punishment you have in mind, we deserve.
But face it, Optimus Prime, if they obeyed your orders, you'd all be goners by now.
Squash the human.
Indeed. Sometimes even the wisest of men and machines can be in error. I have no reprimand for Wheeljack or Bumblebee, but as for the Dinobots, they have proven their value. The Dinobots shall remain among us.
Huzzah! All right. Thank you. Thank you, Transformers. So, you know what I'm saying? The animation here, not exactly, like Disney quality. Take a look at the Disney afternoon. It was almost like they didn't skip a beat. Even He-Man, I think, had more detail, even though they recycled a lot of their animations and stuff. But it was interesting. I mean, it's neat to see what the Transformers are going to change into back and forth. It's just probably not the best of the cartoon sagas to come out of the 80s and 90s. All right, let's do a little show and tell. That ice cream sandwich. Wow. That was amazing. That hit the spot. All right, I have a Stegosaurus Dinobot, but he's out in the garage. I'm not going to sit here and make you wait. It's not that exciting. I think he's even missing like a foot or something. These are the kind of Transformers that I have. These are the kind of toys I don't think I have a single toy that's intact. Every single toy I have that is beat up, except for one, which we're about to see. But first, let's take a look at probably the best out-of-the-box Transformer I have. Let's just analyze these a little bit, because this is what... while the cartoon was, I don't want to say throwaway, not outstanding, the toys certainly were. These were serious business, and I believe this guy, and the only reason I know is because I have a friend who's into this stuff. Apparently, we all may know Optimus Prime. We saw him in the cartoon. He is the head of the Autobots, the head of the good guys. Apparently, Optimus Prime is eventually put out of service, and someone replaces him, and his name is originally Hot Rod, and eventually becomes Rodimus Prime. So believe it or not, this is actually the second leader. Maybe only second? I don't know how many leaders there have been, but the second leader to the Autobots. And, it looks like a basic car, but when you turn it over, obviously there's something going on here. And I've never transformed to this guy. So I can't even tell you how to do it. Isn't that sad? There appears to be 2 parts to him. And I mean, maybe I could have spent 10 minutes trying to take him apart so you guys could actually see what this looks like. I thought I'd be able to do it live. I guess not. They're... I couldn't even guess. Part of it is I feel like I'm just going to snap it in two. You know, they're durable, but, you know, you force anything and eventually it's going to break apart on you. So, okay, we're not going to be able to transform him, unfortunately. There's a robot in there somewhere. I'm too stupid to know how to transform him. Okay, maybe I have to befriend him first. Let me show you something that you may have seen in the past. I have shown it off before. I think it's worth seeing again since this is a Transformers show. Just because it's such a special piece, and yeah, it just wouldn't be just be a crime not to show it again. So for $7 one day, I picked this little beauty up. This was in a liquidator among a whole bunch of other present-day schlock sitting on the shelf for $7. We have this mint Transformer Optimus Prime in the box. There is a sticker on the back here. It's like a barcode sticker, maybe from the liquidator, I don't know. But it says Transformer Optimus Prime Toys R Us exclusive 2002. So it says 2002. This is a recreation that was made in 2002. But as far from what I understand, this is the only time they ever remade the G1 Transformers. So a pretty hot find, worth way more than $7 to this day, and it's probably the only box toy I own or ever will own. I'm not a big toy guy, but at $7, who is going to pass up old Optimus Prime? You know what I'm saying? So there you go. All right, let's go play the video game today, which I'm really excited about. There are a lot of Transformer games out there, and most of them are, well, not most of them. Pretty much everyone is bad, except until you get up to modern generations, believe it or not. When the PS3, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 4, Xbox One started putting out Transformer games, they started getting awesome. They started getting really good. There's a studio out there named High Moon Studios. If you see a Transformer game with High Moon Studios on it, grab it. You won't be disappointed. They're usually pretty cheap. And the best Transformer game out there that I regrettably could not get for today's show is Transformers Destructor. If you have any love for the G1 Transformers at all, by all means, get this game. It looks exactly like the cartoon and plays like an open world dream. Okay? Now, we don't have any of those games. What we do have is a surprisingly awesome game that's been sitting on my shelf for a while. It's for the PlayStation 2, and it's called simply Transformers by Atari. And I believe this is some sort of reboot version, so I don't know that you're going to recognize the models or anything. Optimus Prime is in this. But basically, it's a third-person shooter, and it plays a lot like the late, great Star Wars Battlefront for the PlayStation 2. So let's get in on it. It's Transformers. We'll just get in. Transformers for the PS2. All right, here we go. Oh, boy. It's kind of wide today. All right, here we go. Hopefully, now, we're in the middle of a firefight. We're in the Amazon, okay? And I'm playing a robot named Red Alert. Here we go. Oh, give me some audio. Don't shoot me. I'm already being shot. Woo! You guys see okay? Yeah, you're right. So this blue thing, that's a save spot. I can take that at any time to save and go back up to the surface. This guy's going to take a lot of damage. I don't even know if I want to fight him. But, yeah, in fact, we're going to escape him for now. You see all these blue areas out there? Look at the draw distance. All those blue areas are places that we can save the game and go back up to the surface to pick another Autobot. You guys can barely see this. And there's some yellow spots out there that are really what we want to get into, because the whole plot of this game is mini-cons have landed on planet Earth, and it's our job to rescue them. Why do we care? Well, mini-cons are basically upgrades. And, they're basically upgrades, and we can attach them for new moves to our robots. And this being Transformers, you can transform. Go into a car and just drive around GTA style. And then you can even transform midway. Oh, no. That was not the time to transform. I just totally smashed myself. Alright, now we gotta get serious here. Oh boy. Whoa, that's a big guy. All I'm trying to do is get to these stupid mini-cons. But I do have limited... Oh boy, what have I done? It's all open world. We're out in the Amazon. We have no idea, we have no direction. This guy here, there's like a little mini robot that is with me, and I can attach him to my back. I don't really know what he does yet. He looks like he's another gun. He makes everything go brown. I don't really know what that is. Well, let's get back in the vehicle form. And there's three robots you can choose. You can be Optimus Prime. You can be this guy who's called Red Alert. And then another guy, I forgot what he's called, but he's kind of like he's got like a race car. I don't think it's Bumblebee. Jeez. Dude, I'm getting wrecked. I didn't realize these big, huge robots would be down here. But I like to play Red Alert because he's this, he's supposed to be like an emergency vehicle, like an EMT SUV. I like SUVs, so I stuck with them. Alright. Oh my gosh. That guy is all over me. But look at how big and spacious these areas are. And there's a lot, there's a lot of incentive to explore it all, because those mini-cons can give you anything from, a totally new weapon to maybe like a shield, different, all kinds of different improvements, and you can combine all the mini-cons that you find to get you to like, see, I'm seeing one all the way up there. I'm seeing a big drop ship in the distance there, dropping off Decepticons. There's a yellow one. You see that yellow in the trees? That's a mini-con, but he's guarded by that guy, a huge, 30-foot tall robot. And, while I could kind of hit this guy a little bit... Ah! Okay, that's it. Thanks. I just got downed by a 50-foot robot from across the river. Woo! It's hard. It's not... I didn't think it was that hard when I first started playing, and now that I'm dropping down there just to get some of the harder mini-cons, it's pretty difficult. It's really neat because in the distance you can see, you can come over a ridge and you'll come across a complex, and you'll see a bunch of Decepticons just marching in a row, and you're like, how do I deal with this? you know, and you can always go back up to the surface to autosave, to pick a different robot. They have different speeds, obviously. Change your loadout depending on what mini-cons you've come across. It is a very exciting game. I'm actually looking quite forward to playing it again, especially because it really reminds me of Star Wars Battlefront for the PlayStation 2. I love a good third-person shooter. Okay, before we go, what after-school show would be complete without some sort of lovable mascot to give us a seed of wisdom to go about our day? And since our show isn't the highest budget, we have to go with what we have. Here she is. Our good friend, the lovable Penny, the paralyzed puppet. My God, that is, that's just plain out nightmare fuel, isn't it? Okay, Penny, if we could just get you to look a little normal for one moment of your existence. Penny, as always, has her incorrect tip of the day. Let's take a look at what Penny has for us. She says, "Nice schmice." Well, if I could translate for you, I think what Penny here is trying to say is, is there a saying less valuable than the saying, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all? What are you talking about? Do you realize how many people there are out there who have made successful careers making millions and millions of people laugh by saying the worst things? You have the very wholesome Andrew Dice Clay. You have the sexy Roseanne Barr. And, of course, God rest his peace, even Don Rickles. That guy must have made about 60, 70 years, 80 years worth of an 70-year career off of giving people the business. My advice is say whatever you want to say, but maybe try your best to say it in a way that's going to make someone else in the room smile. So the next time, Grandma starts emitting a less than inviting odor, or your cousin's lazy eye starts to wander again, don't be afraid. Go in there all guns blazing. Just try your best to end in a punchline. All right, gang. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming again. I can hear Mom. I think she's pulling some groceries out of the car. I'm coming, Mom. Give me a hand with those. Time to be a responsible kid again. Until next time, I'm Rad Raz. For Penny, we'll see you next time.